So now we have the latest hush money trial, and that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So Donald Trump cannot get a fair trial in New York City. I live here, and I don't know anyone here in New York who thinks Trump can get a fair trial, even the people who hate him. They all know the fix is in. How do we know the fix is in? Well, I explained it last night on News Nation, but I referred to, and I'm going to play the clip in a minute, a poll by the Associated Press, no friend of Trump. And the poll asked two questions. Did Donald Trump do something illegal? 35%, a third of the American public says yes. 45% say no. Now, in that 45% saying no, there are some people who don't like Donald Trump. Okay? Now, that only ends up to 80. The others don't know and don't care, 19%. But the majority of Americans know that this hush money thing is a bunch of bull, which it is. The second question was, Donald Trump, can he be treated fairly in New York? Okay, 31% yes, no, 44%. And again, the others, they don't care. Now, why can't he be treated fairly? That is the question. And I referred to this poll on the Cuomo program last night. Roll the tape. The reason they are giving that opinion is because the first case, all right, civil case with that E. Jean Carroll, she's awarded $80 million. Any fair-minded person knows that's insane, and it could only happen in New York. And in the second case, the real estate transaction, Trump, was fined almost $500 million. Everybody in the world knows that this is not justice, that this is New York vendetta. So they're applying those first two cases to this case. Now, if you study this case, it never would have been brought in, probably only outside of California and perhaps D.C. No one would have brought it, because the genesis of the case is a woman demanding money not to talk about a consensual alleged affair. Now, you can slap whatever adjective you want on demanding money for that. So if there is no crime, nothing. Now, I don't know what Donald Trump did or did not do. I'm not his lawyer. But the fact that he's got to sit there in the middle of a presidential campaign does not help the country. No, it doesn't help the country. It hurts the country in every way. So the judge in the case, as we went over yesterday, and it's beyond any doubt, there's no debate here. Mercan is a, let's say, enthusiastic Democrat. And that's okay. I mean, you can't be disqualifying judges because they're a Republican or a Democrat or an independent. But Mercan's daughter is a Democratic activist who raises money bashing Trump. That's his daughter. And Mercan should have said, I got to recuse myself. That's what a responsible jurist would have done. Am I wrong? No, I'm not. Should have recused himself. Then there is the venue. They're having a very difficult time getting a jury in New York City because most people hate Trump. Why didn't they move it to Long Island or Westchester or Dutchess counties upstate? It's easy to do. Why didn't you do it? No answer. Come on. You move the venue. Now, Trump's anger is justified, and they're trying to slap a gag on around him so he doesn't vent his anger. But I'd be worse. If this happened to me, I'd be worse. And he knows that this is set up for him to have another ridiculous conviction. Okay. Now, the justice system beyond Trump is collapsing everywhere. And we all know that. How many reports do you have to have about violent criminals not being punished? How many times do you have to see cities like New York, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, St. Louis, Baltimore, on and on and on and on, being overrun by crime? The justice system has collapsed. Everybody knows that. The civil system, and I hope to God you never get sued, and even if you have to sue somebody yourself, You better have hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. Even child custody cases, divorce cases, hundreds of thousands of dollars. There are about 1.3 million attorneys in the USA. Most of them want to make money. Most of them bill you by the hour, and you have no idea what they're doing. Some of them are honest, some of them aren't. They can bill you for whatever they want. How do you know? That's the civil system. So, and it takes, in New York, where I am, years for anything to happen. Years. They got so many cases, they slow down, they don't work Fridays, they this, they that, motion this, motion that. The only way that this can stop is by tort reform by Congress. The British system is the judge has the authority to rule if you file a nuisance lawsuit and you lose, the judge says this is bull, you got to pay all court costs, including the lawyer for the other party. That would make a dent in the civil corruption. And again, I really hope you never have to go to court because it is astonishingly corrupt. And I'm not demonizing judges and lawyers per se across the board. I'm just saying the whole system is rotten. And any honest lawyer will tell you that. And it's got to stop because working people can't afford to litigate. And if you get sued, you're dead. I buy an umbrella insurance policy, pay thousands of dollars a year, just in case something like this would ever happen. And even in that policy, my deductible is through the roof. Now, I'm a high-profile guy. I need something like that. But boy, oh boy. Okay, so let's get back to Trump. Donald Trump and Hunter Biden, just those two individuals, prove that the criminal and civil justice system in the United States of America is corrupt. That's it. Okay? Equal justice for all? Baloney. And that's the memo. And by the way, all of this stuff happening to Donald Trump, all of it, the E. Jean Carroll, the business loans, this case, it's all going to be appealed, which will cost millions more. Okay? But that's what it's all about now, the appeal. Because the Trump lawyers will go into federal court saying his rights were violated, which they are being violated. Okay. The update on the trial today, there were 7 jurors selected yesterday, Wednesday. Today's Thursday, and there are 5. They booted 2. And I don't even get into why. It's just impossible to find jurors who don't know about Trump and don't have feelings about Trump. There are 48 prospective jurors left. Can they get 7? Because you got to have 12 jurors, as you know, 12 Angry Men, that movie. I don't know if they can get them. Now, each side only has 4 challenges left. And then who appoints the jurors? The judge. Jeez, unbelievable. All right, and the DA, Bragg, who's another guy who's, come on, says Trump has violated the gag order. I think Trump wants Bragg or the judge to try to throw him in jail. I think that's what Trump's going for. I could be wrong on that. Okay, so we're up to speed on the Trump trial. You got it. It is, I love my country, but this has got to stop. This has to. It's the United States of injustice now. CNN.